Okay, hello everybody. Here we go once again. More Spy Party, week 7. Kind of week 7. The matches aren't week 7, but they were played in week 7. It's confusing. We will figure it out anyhow. We got ourselves 2 interesting matches. Hopefully, I have not seen them, but presumably, if they made it to this cast, they are interesting. And to go through it with me, we've got some even more interesting casters. Taboshi, once again, hello. One of the most interesting casters, obviously. And then Aragoria, someone I don't know anything about. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, this is the most professional cast you'll ever see today, hopefully. Anyway, let's get into it. I don't know. Actually, I don't know anything much about these players either, other than Ajtehbest has been around for quite some time. I've seen them fairly often.
Yeah, Ajtehbest has been around for a little while. It's Biaxin that I don't really know much.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen them play before, honestly.
Yeah, and of course later on, Lazy Bear Cycle Slots. We all know them. They will be.
I mean, I've had the pleasure of playing Biaxin a couple times. Really good player, honestly.
Yep.
I know that he's come back fairly recently. I've been really impressed with him just in general, so
Yes.
I'm excited to see him play.
Yes. And anyway, we will see them play very soon. Let's see what their draft looks like. Rest in peace, Balcony, once again.
Oh dear.
Yeah, good riddance. I didn't say that.
Yes.
I have no favorites, of course.
All right, and then we lose Veranda as well. I've been seeing that one a lot. I think there's a lot of people that it feels like a love or hate venue for a lot of people.
Yeah, it's 5 of 8s are always a difficult proposition because it is just so hard to get 5 missions done. And if you feel like you want to push from the spy side, you really don't want to be playing Veranda.
It's definitely a love or hate venue, mostly just hate though. I'm one of the few lovers, so
yeah.
I'm quite aware of the general community sentiment, and I don't like the sentiment.
Yeah, well, it's fair. I visually I like the venue, but it's just hard.
It is.
Anyway, I mean, this game is just hard, so that's Anyhow, let's move on. Pub and gallery are the restrictions, which I can more or less understand those. And then
I mean, pub is like a fairly bathing heavy venue, and the fact that it's just 3 missions, it does allow for quite a lot of volatility, I think. So definitely a sensible restriction from Biaxin here.
Yeah. If you're gonna, but it's sort of like the next up, and there's that and high rise. So I guess you can't ban them all. So you gotta let some through.
Yep.
And whereas pub is a fairly neutral feeling venue, but sometimes it's just not a venue that's comfortable or the most comfortable for you at any given time. So why not?
Yep. Anyway, and then the doubles. These ones are actually going to say some fun ones. Actually, all the picks are fun ones.
This is one of the most occlusion heavy drafts I have ever seen.
Yes. All the occlusion venues.
Double Redwoods, double Tayen, into Aquarium, into Ballroom.
Yeah,
this is going to be a show.
Yeah,
this is going to be fun.
I mean, Ballroom, technically not an occlusion venue, but it almost is because of the low sniper angle. The characters basically become their own occlusion.
I mean, I don't like it, so it's an occlusion venue.
Okay, yeah.
That's how I say it. Do I do like Aquarium? Interesting enough, but I suck at it, so I guess that's
Aquarium is great as long as the shark's not in your way.
Some do say that.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Well, eventually, maybe Checker does have his update idea where the sniper can make the shark swim extra fast one time per game to
That sounds wild.
prevent the shark walks. That's at least one of the ideas he's floated along with. I don't know sure if that'll ever get used, but we'll see. Anyway,
either way,
I think we're ready.
May as well get into this before we wait any longer. It's Biaxin starting things off on the spy side of Redwoods versus AJ's Sniper in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
We're just letting AI control take over for now. Never mind, we aren't. But we do head to the bar where it seemed like AI control was taking us, so Biaxin seems to have agreed with that notion, I guess. And
indeed. No big opportunities off the start of the game, so just a quick trip to the bar. Normally, I would expect to see I guess we did take a delegate, didn't we?
We did. I'm pretty sure we did, yeah.
Slow start.
Yeah, possibly just waiting for the seduction target to settle into a conversation, which they don't do.
Ooh, I like that little move.
Okay.
Especially on a venue like Redwoods, if you're just walking through, it's really hard for a sniper to get a good look at what happened there. So it doesn't really look like there's someone who would have been able to send that. Purloin done at this point.
And we decided to take it directly as well, which is an interesting decision. I like the play generally. I feel like this is something the sniper might not necessarily be watching for. We just appear to settle into convo and wait for what the party presents us with next.
Absolutely. It's a very good way of confusing a usually pretty routine mission for the sniper. There's a fake contact coming out.
Yeah, and I do have to say that the sniper in AJ does have it down to 2 people. It's us and Plane Twin, so this is looking like a pretty tough game to pull off, but I know that Biaxin is definitely someone who's capable of grabbing his way even out of this one, so we do grab a briefcase which is not printable.
Yeah, AJ had a really good reaction to the Purloin nonsense. They were just able to narrow it down so far. I'm impressed that they were able to do that, especially considering that they would have had to figure out exactly which of the characters actually took that list.
Yeah, we do get the green print, which is at this point almost necessary, and I wouldn't be surprised if we head right into those statues next. Now, one thing to consider here is that even Flirt is gonna be fairly hard to finish, as we have about 50 seconds, but we're heading in for the Flirt.
Yeah, it really does need to be a double, but we're not going to be able to make that happen as it's 34% off of the first one. It looks like Biaxin is probably not the top suspect here, but I don't see Plane Twin actually taking a bullet unless he does something right at the end of this game. And I don't think Biaxin has any reason to suspect the party is as narrowed down as it is either.
Now, this one is, I believe, printable? Yeah.
Yep,
and we decide to cheese as well, but we're gonna need to add time, and with the sniper's eyes on us, I would assume at this moment.
I like the bug attempt. Unfortunately, the ambassador bounced. I don't think that shot was for anything to do with the bug. I think that was purely for the time ad.
Yeah, I mean, nice try by Biaxin to basically make something out of nothing. In the end, unfortunately, AJ just on top of it since the beginning. It really all just comes down to the delegate, or rather direct take. And I don't necessarily hate it. It's just one of these plays that I think you gotta take sometimes just as the sniper to see if they're really paying attention. And this time AJ was, so he takes the lead.
Felt like a well-played game from both players. AJ is the one who comes out in front as they step into the spy side next in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Heading right in for those inspects, I would assume. And we tried to just cheese it, okay.
Interesting. I don't think that's something I've seen attempted before on this venue, but it's certainly something that works if you're willing to take the shot at it.
Yeah, well, this inspect cheese is something that I've seen plenty of times. Usually I don't see it when I'm actually sniping, which is when it really matters, but yeah, it's a play that has, in my opinion at least, or in my experience rather, a pretty good success rate as we just head into a convo next to our seduction target.
And with the double agent as well, so there's a lot of stuff available for us here. We do, in fact, take the content as people start to filter into conversations. 34% on the flirt as well. That let off 4 lowlights, including Smallman, which is considerable.
Oh no, Amba really trying to gift us the bug here, and we do end up taking it.
And we take it too. It was a good bug.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a light credit at most.
It was a very good angle for the spy. Lots of cover behind the bodies and the rest of the conversation circle.
Now we are gonna be finishing those inspects here, which is a nice play, and if we get out of there unscathed, is just gonna leave the flirt left, and with 2 minutes to go, I feel like that's gonna be a really hard job for Biaxin to find here.
Yeah, this is a very strong spy game out of AJ. The seduction target even joins in right next to us with perfect positioning. It's hard to get much better than that. Green test on the second flirt to bring us up to 85%, and this is going to be almost impossible for Biaxin to shoot for.
Yeah, looks like Biaxin would need some sort of a miracle to actually find a shot here, given that we're gonna be finishing on a flirt.
Especially because we can just sort of sit and wait for the timer cooldown.
Yeah, I don't think there's much hope here for Biaxin. Really nice game by AJ though. Obviously it's not over yet. Maybe, Biaxin is just playing with us. But I wouldn't assume that to be the case, as we in fact do go on to finish the flirt, and I don't see a shot coming off, so...
Yep.
That's
no
gonna be
reason
a nice...
for Biaxin to suspect any wrongdoing at that particular moment as the time runs out. That's always a really tough kind of loss to take as the sniper when the game ends when you have no reason to suspect it will.
Yeah, I mean, Amba gave us a really nice bug opportunity. We took it. It was like basically invisible from the sniper's POE, and AJ goes up 2-0.
A strong start for AJ indeed as they step back into the sniper side versus Biaxin's sniper. Back into the sniper side versus Biaxin's spy, rather. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. That was certainly an opportunity at the start of the game. It looked like the AI decided to bug for us and just wasn't able to right-click.
Yeah, now we do pick up a highlight, but I'd assume that's just for us visiting statues, as General and Irish get a highlight as well, so... nothing. I don't think there's too much suspicion on us right now as we go ahead and join Seek into the convo. Get a nice green flirt right as Seek leaves. That was pretty clutch timing there.
Absolutely. Having the seduction target step away as soon as you get the flirt is always very nice to see because it means the cooldown expires really quickly and you can get a move on to the other stuff without feeling the need to hang around for the 45 seconds on the timer flirt. 51% off of the close green.
And Seek appears to be trying to help us out by going to statues as well, so now there's also a highlight on our seduction target.
Oh, especially now.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's gotta be pretty handy for Biaxin, and we decided to just go in and finish flirt outright if we hit that green, which we do. Good job from Biaxin there.
Unfortunately, we will not be able to finish inspect here because that is the statue that we already inspected earlier in the game. Ooh, a little animation microfilm.
Yeah, I did see like a little twitch from AJ's POV there, but I'm not sure if it was caught. There's no shot coming off yet, so maybe some slight suspicion onto us, but not quite enough to shoot us.
Fingerprint off of the briefcase mid-game.
Nice
A
stop.
fairly solid return with a good stop in the middle, and into conversation we go with the double agent. This is going to be a pretty quick contact, especially with the green test coming off of that.
Yeah, a couple wall lights coming off, but nothing too drastic. And suddenly our mission count is looking pretty good. We just need to grab a print, inspect the statue, maybe even finish the micro. We've really left a lot of options for us there, so that's nice game planning by Biaxin.
And still a minute left to play to figure out where these last two missions are going to come from. You have to assume one of them is going to be inspect, and that's exactly what we're heading right now. Red bookcase as well. So we could get the microfilm done in this moment as well. I like stepping away as we pick up the inspect, though, because we were a little bit too exposed to try to do any shenaniganry with that book at the moment.
Yeah, I think we're
go
gonna
do it at the windows, though, and
yeah.
zoom in on the other end of the venue. That's completely invisible.
That's just a really nice heads-up play by Biaxin there. AJ too busy watching the rest of the party. Now, if we do indeed get away with this, there's not gonna be any overtime countdown, so would be a really nice way to seal the deal from Biaxin. Nice return etiquette as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my god!
Okay.
I really did not think AJ was going to be able to find that shot, considering how cleanly that microfilm happened. That was impressive stuff.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we might have gotten credited with the bug in the beginning, but like on replay now as I'm watching it, that really doesn't seem like... It seems like some strange movement for sure, but I don't really see the arms flinging around there at all. So whether that's something that AJ considered or whether it was just like a really nice find, maybe, you know, not being sure about the first microfilm, seeing the spy returning a book. Whatever it was, a fantastic shot by AJ there as he goes up 3-0.
Let's see if he can find the sweep as he steps into the spy side, or if Biaxin can salvage something out of this first venue. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. Hello! That's a very quick bug to start the game.
Yeah, and I have to assume that that wasn't seen. Now, this is...
Oh my god, this is the cheekiest nonsense I have seen in a long time. He did the inspect cheese while somebody else was reading a book at the pad. He goes straight bookcase to bookcase with the book. So that's 3 missions down. He takes a highlight for it, but I don't think it's going to be enough. If he takes a contact right here and the double agent gets into a conversation, that's going to be done. But I think he's just going to go out and into the bar, grab a drink, and see if he can finish this flirt in 2. This is one hell of a rush.
Yeah, this is some really impressive gameplay from AJ, and you know, most players, I feel like if they get that back, they would just, you know, settle down, lay low. Yeah, AJ absolutely not about that. He's just rushing missions, and I'd have to assume that we're planning on finishing with flirt here, as we did get off with that nice green test for 51%.
Oh my god, just steps right over to see if he can get it done in 2. Unfortunately, doesn't hit the green test, so it's 85% on the flirt, but with 2 minutes still left to play, this is all but over, I think.
Yeah, I'd have to assume that we're being watched, we're being focused quite heavily here, but I just don't know if Biaxin is gonna be able to find that shot, especially if we do end up, you know, finishing the game silently, which it looks like that's what's going to happen. So
yeah,
really impressive.
So
from
much
AJ.
happened so fast. I don't think Biaxin's going to be willing to take a shot without hearing the contact at this point. I'm very glad AJ was willing to slow down a little bit once the party didn't line up for finishing the last mission super quickly. Double Agent and Seduction Target weren't being super cooperative, so he's finally willing to accept that the rush had ended and take his time to finish this last mission. In we go to the Seduction Target to finish that mission. Cooldown is underway. I see no indication from Biaxin that they're willing to take a shot on this. What a game from AJ.
And what a start to the set as he sweeps this venue back to back for nothing. And unless I'm mistaken, I think that was Biaxin's pick.
I think so.
Yeah, so that's really impressive. That's essentially a perfect start there from AJ. Faro on the opponent's pick, you really couldn't ask for anything better. And he did it in a very, pleasant way to watch. So credit to him for that as well.
Absolutely. I'm always so amazed by just how strong the competition in bronze is. Bronze is a scary place to be.
I can confirm that, yes.
On to the next one, it's 4-0 as Biaxin steps into the spy side of Tayen next. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah. Are we gonna go?
That's an early bug attempt. Unfortunately, bounces off at a bad angle and is not able to get it to finish. The timing just didn't work out, and he takes a highlight off the tail end of it.
Yeah, that was quite unfortunate the way that we just got bounced around there. Not only did it really show the arm, but just kind of looked a bit lost there. And I would have to assume that we're the primary suspect right now. Well, how couldn't we be if we're the only one who's highlight, especially for, not really Oftel even. Yeah, this is gonna be a rough game for Biaxin, and you have to wonder if, maybe the mental side of things, as we just white Purloin.
Purloin, straight Purloin on a white test. That's not the action test you wanted to see. There's the list gone. There's the shot. AJ absolutely on top of things.
Yeah, I was gonna say that you gotta wonder if maybe the mental side starts playing a role here, because we go down 0-4 on our double, and right off the bat we're picked up a highlight, which I think was fairly noticeable there, after a failed bug attempt, and yeah, it just ends up the way that it ends up, not very good for Biaxin, and he's gonna need to rebound on this sniper side here.
Very much not going their way so far. Let's see if they're able to pick it up from the sniper side versus AJ's spy in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, I was a bit worried that AJ was gonna go for the bug there, but decides not to. We do get a green
time adds instead. Oh. 1 green, 2 greens, no going for a third. As we head out to the briefcase, take an early print to start this off.
This AJ playing absolutely fearless right now. It's really impressive stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. When you feel indestructible, it usually means things are going well, and that is certainly the case for AJ at the moment. It does take a highlight off of a contact, interestingly enough. That's not the kind of thing you see very often, but he was the only talker in the only real conversation, so fair enough.
Yeah, and I also wonder if it has something to do with, maybe Biaxin realizing that time has been added, even though it's a green, by now it would make sense for him to catch that the clock is ticking slightly slower. And I wasn't quite watching how many people were at windows, but maybe even after we grabbed the briefcase, we just sort of might have stood out, and Biaxin seems to be fairly on top of this game.
Indeed, 34% on the flirt, contact done, and 1 print is where we stand. 3.5 minutes currently to play because of the 2 time adds.
Yeah, I wonder if we're just gonna lay low for a while, which is not something that the AJ has really done this set, although it is true that in the tail end of that last game he kind of slowed it down.
I mean,
so
if you're going to take 2 time adds off the top of the game, you may as well use that time. AJ currently using it to take timer flirts. Gets a green. Goes for the wrong arm bug, but winds up on the Kane side directly towards the sniper, and you're not going to get away with that one easily.
Yeah, you might as well take it. AJ didn't want to take it apparently, and it does end up costing him. So nice little sniper game from Biaxin appeared to be fairly on top of it. Probably catching the timeouts as time went on slightly slower than usual, and he grabs himself a much-needed game to start a possible comeback.
Yeah, that wasn't just handed to him either. Biaxin did everything right on that one, so that should be able to give them a moment to take a breath and start to settle in. Let's see if they can start to actually pull this back into a more manageable range from the Spy side versus AJ's sniper in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Oh, I see wheels. I see a venue where bugs happen fairly often. I'm wondering if we're gonna go for a wheels bug here.
That was a fun path! Oh dear. 32% off of a mid-range white flirt, was able to get the bug as the ambassador stepped away from conversation, so that's a quick mission done.
Yeah, that's the thing about wheels bug, no one ever expects it.
Especially when you've got cover from a conversation in front. Wheels' bugs are so low to the ground that they're very difficult to see in these kinds of situations. That's a white purloin, though. That could absolutely cause this game to fall apart.
Another white purloin there from Biaxin. AJ seems to have realized that 3 white purloined and shoots Biaxin right in the groin. Ouch.
Took a moment to sort out exactly what had happened in their head, but Biaxin didn't run away to the correct side of the venue and just immediately takes a bullet once AJ gets that purloin situation sorted out. So it is currently 6-1, the scoreline. That puts AJ, I think, at match point, and with a lot of them.
Yep. 5. Just needs to get 1 out of 5. But the last game can oftentimes be the hardest. I'm not sure how Biaxin's mental is holding up currently, but maybe, the 6 win for AJ, he doesn't have that much to lose right now. So let's see if he can go out there and play some nice SpyParty, maybe claw his way back to a draw.
Well, they've got to hold it down from the sniper side first versus AJ's Spy on Taeyen. Last game here in 3, 2, 1, playing it. AJ tucks out to the back to start the game to have a look at where the party lands before stepping to the front and positioning themselves for a bit of possible shenaniganry depending on what the party offers them.
Yeah, I think the party really didn't give us that much to work with there. Not really a possible bug. Seduction target was right on a pad where we couldn't really land, so sensible. But the seduction target still isn't really doing us a favor here, so we just land in under convo. Time is ticking. We seem to be unfazed.
Yeah. This is certainly a venue where a lot can happen very quickly. So if you're gonna wind up with a slower start than you'd like, it's usually not too big of a deal. AJ currently in conversation with the double agent. We'll see if they do anything with it as the conversations slowly start to fill up.
I still think that we're kind of eyeing up our seduction target, although contacting here wouldn't have to be necessarily bad either. If a couple more AIs join the conversation circle, because right now it's not looking so good.
Well, it's starting to look better now. AJ agrees with me. The contact comes off. Their purloin comes off as well in the aftermath of the contact, and AJ immediately steps out to the statues. So quick moves from AJ through the middle of the game. That's a swap straight up, and the shot comes off immediately afterwards.
Yeah, I think Biaxin just sort of realized that the list was purloined, and as he's thinking about the suspects, there's a white swap on screen. Kind of makes the job easier for him, but nice job on, catching it. I like the game plan from AJ still. I think that, after Purloin, there's gonna be a lot of chaos. So, was he at he wasn't at center statues. But yeah, I still think it's a cheeky little play. Just didn't work out this time, and maybe that's just what Biaxin needs. Just another sniper game to get into the rhythm and possibly mount a comeback.
Absolutely. Let's see how they're able to handle a Shark Tank as we head off to Aquarium. Biaxin on the spy side first in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
I'm sensing another wheels bug here. It's a bit easier when Kiel is covering for you.
To be fair, all the bugs are easier when Kale is covering for you. Immediately takes a swap, a quick white swap off the front statues here.
But I'm not sure if it was noticed because it's just a highlight, which, AJ does for statue inspects, so...
Banana bread.
Yeah, that could absolutely have come off clean. Biaxin is definitely doing what they can to fight their way back into this set. So contact done, swap done, and out to the bar we go to pick up a flirt. It is a green flirt, not quite closest range, but still pretty good for 48%.
Yeah, and I really like what Biaxin has set up for himself here. Just needs to sort of flirt it out, grab and inspect. Obviously, still 3 minutes to go, so we don't even need to inspect SP Flash. Just spy here. No shot coming off, though.
Being very careful to have a look at that guest list and make sure no funny business happens, but does in fact get to see the guest list being retrieved by the waiter, so no purloin shenaniganry there. Back into the conversation we go with the seduction target to get the next one of that, and it is a white test to bring us up to 82%.
So basically any sort of flirt from any range, barring the worst possible one, would get this done.
If we chase the statues right now, we can finish immediately. Doesn't look like Biaxin wants to have a go at that.
Yeah, I also feel like Sniper's been eyeing us quite heavily. Oh!
Little bit of a sort of walking send for the purloin there. A very cheeky little maneuver, and back into the same statues we started the game at. This is very interesting. He is able to get a print here, but this feels like too risky to bug, especially with how exposed they are to that high sniper angle. As we head back into the conversation with the seduction target, but the seduction target unfortunately bails on us before we're able to finish that mission.
Yeah, certainly has to be pretty frustrating, although we do have plenty of time left, so we don't necessarily have to be that worried. Now the book is fingerprintable, and we hit the green test.
That's big. Print done at this point. All we need is the one more flirt, and we've got over a minute to get it. This is going to be hard for AJ to take a shot on. It has to be pretty much now if they're going to do it. That's mission win countdown underway. 2 seconds, no reaction from AJ, and Biaxin stays in it.
Yeah, really nice game from Biaxin. Sort of playing, again, fearlessly. Maybe it's something to do with the mentality. Maybe he's just wanting to get it over with, and apparently the quickest way to get it over with is by winning. So if that's what's going on, that's surely a nice byproduct. And we're now 3 games away from tying it, which by no means is, guaranteed. By no means not even likely, but it's definitely better than it was 2 games ago. So
absolutely. It's still a tall order, but it's feeling much more doable at this point. All he needs is one more spy win and to hold it down on the sniper side, and he's able to force a draw out of this. But it all starts here on the second game of Aquarium from the sniper side versus AJ's spy in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Now I'm wondering if AJ is gonna pick up the pace there. Yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah, I guess that's my answer.
Seduction target basically spawns in conversation with them, and they're able to take a quick 30% on the flirt and immediately step away. Back in they go at a bit of a farther distance this time, so they don't get super caught out on the flirt pairing. To pick up the second flirt, this one a white test brings up to 55% and straight out to the back statues. Sorry, no, we're taking the briefcase and a print from that.
Well, that is a nice and cheeky play, though that was a very early stop. I don't know about that. I'm no expert though, so I would assume it's okay. Stop again, put down the briefcase, pretty classic stuff. Now, I'm wondering whether Biaxin might be onto us, because that highlight might have just been behavioral, might have been something with pathing, but we didn't, inspect, which is what the other highlights were for, and we do a split.
Little banana split, not a super quick one, just keeping the sniper honest. So that's contact done, flirt done, one print in pocket, and into the blue bookcases we go.
Now, one thing that never mind, we just finished prints. If Biaxin has been, watching us, at least from time to time, then he would have surely picked up on the fact that we've been like very, very active. Obviously, we don't have missions done yet, so and we're heading for okay.
Yep. I was just waiting for an excuse at that point, I think.
Yeah.
So Biaxin has it back within 2 as we head into ballroom. If he can find 2 more wins, that this game ends in a draw. If AJ can find one of these next 2, they take the set, starting with AJ on the sniper side of ballroom versus Biaxin Spy in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Ooh.
What a set this has been so far.
Yeah, it's been really incredible, honestly. Both of these spies playing just entertaining, enjoyable SpyParty. As we do a green test?
Take the white test on the animation microfilm. So we pretty much started the game here at the blue bookcase, and after a nice long reading delay, we were able to pocket the blue microfilm there in a slightly more nerve-wracking way than one would normally like. Out to the... Oh my god, this is so much progress. Yep. Got the flirt, got the bug on the way across. Doesn't look like it's been seen quite yet. If that bug was as clean as it looks like it was, Biaxin's in a very good spot here.
I think it was. And I have to assume that the microphone wasn't even really, thought about, because if it was, then I think we would sort of be eyeing this a bit more. Really nice green flirt in the beginning, and then just seeing the opportunity to go for the bug. We take a really nice wrong arm there. And flirts up to 81%, 85%, apologies. Some really nice progress so far, and it doesn't seem like we're suspicious at all as we fake a banana bread.
Unfortunately, fake contact is in conversation with a suspected double agent, but the real double agent's in a reasonably full conversation themselves, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal one way or the other. Minute and 45 left to play. Lots of progress as well. Bug done, blue microfilm in pocket, and 85% on the flirt, which should be getting done any moment now. There it is. Flirt done. And out to the green bookcase we go. I think the whole game might hinge on what happens with this book.
And I really wouldn't... Oh, it's printable as well, but we don't get that print. Obviously,
it's a white test.
And we just go for it.
Oh, AJ swings around and takes a wrong shot. I was nervous about the white test on the animation transfer, but AJ just takes a shot on someone else entirely.
Yeah, I'm wondering what he saw there. I guess it's something with, crediting BB and then center statues. Maybe that's just one of these shots where you per se didn't see the spy do a 4th mission, but when BB's contact's done, it's 120 to go, you see a character just heading into middle statues. That's definitely gonna, garner some attention, and oftentimes it does end up being the spy. Unfortunately for AJ, this is not one of them. So really nice, almost completed comeback. Now Biaxin just needs that one more game.
They started this match 5-0 down. And now they've brought it all the way back to one last game on Ballroom to salvage the match. If AJ can win this, it's all for naught. Otherwise, Biaxin comes away with a point they never thought they'd get in 3, 2, 1, playing it. That is a very fast bug in the time of chaos. Back of the party, wrong arm. That's basically uncatchable.
What a start for AJ. I mean, obviously the party helping him out a little bit, but, really nice awareness to take it and make it look as clean as he made it look. Now, Queen General is an interesting choice here. I would have to assume deliberate.
We shall see. Though a long distance green test on the first flirt brings us up to 38% off of the start, so we'll see what we're able to do with this moving forwards. Ambassador, get out of here. We've already done with you.
Yeah, we really don't want him getting any closer to us. Just sort of taking a very conspicuous path behind us, but we do have the drink in hand, so
yeah.
Nothing
and our
really
other side is exposed enough that it's pretty easy to tell we didn't do anything with it.
Yep. Now, I would be really surprised if we're sort of, being watched at all, basically, more than any other guest. And we get another nice green flirt, which puts us up to 76%, basically one wide away. Not from this position, obviously, but I would have to assume that we're gonna move in a little bit.
Yeah, 2 longish range green flirts brings us into a pretty good position as far as the seduction is concerned. Out to center statues we go.
Oh yeah, this is center statues for me on Ballroom are like really interesting because this is one of these places where even, if that bug was just like completely uncatchable, if you just have a character that, does 2 cycles on center statues and then you hear B be like 30 seconds, away from overtime, you just might end up shooting that anyways. So
it's true.
An interesting
center
choice
statues
by AJ.
is a scary place to be.
Yeah, and now this whole game basically hinges on Biaxin, sort of having the intuition to find the shot later on, because I would have to assume that we are gonna finish with flirt and contact as we go ahead and finish flirt right here.
One would assume. Back in conversation with the seduction target to finish up this flirt. There it is. Flirt done. Contact available. Under a minute to play. Here we go.
We're
the
just
final moments of the set. What's the reaction to the contact? Here we go. It is a white test.
No, we're just taking low lights though.
Coming off. Is there any idea for the shot? It doesn't matter if there is, because the double agent stepped away before that contact came off.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, we have to do something.
20 seconds remain. This game has fallen away from AJ at the last possible moment. I think we might just have to take the drink here.
Yeah, DA isn't gonna come into a conversation either. Let's see if we request here. We do end up requesting.
I don't think we're gonna get there in time. Biaxin holds and manages to force a draw on the set from 5-0 down.
That's some really impressive stuff from both of these players. This was a fantastic match, just like from a spectator standpoint, and honestly, the quality of gameplay was really nice as well. So, I mean, this was a set for sure. Wow.
Yeah, it was absolutely wild. And to think it all turned around on the double agent just deciding to leave conversation at the exact wrong moment.
Yeah, I doubt that Biaxin would have been able to find the shot there had the double agent stayed for just a second longer.
Looking at the timeline at the end, it actually says that the double agent left the conversation with the spy 0.1 seconds after the banana bread was uttered. Yeah, exactly. Too late for sync on the contact.
Well, we found Checker's favorite player, I think. I mean, no,
Wild
just
stuff.
a really nice comeback from Biaxin, but we also have to give, credit to AJ. I think, at least for me, Biaxin was definitely the favorite, so, or at least a slight favorite, so to see AJ just sort of come out swinging like that, yeah, shown some really impressive stuff here.